Hi guys, how's everybody doing today? Oh my gosh, that clock behind me sounds so loud. It's driving me crazy. Anyway, how's everybody doing today? I hope I don't break this clock on this video. I wanted to do a video about how to help your kids unplug if you feel like you have done a little bit too much Netflix, a little bit too much iPad, a little bit too much screen time, and you just feel like, okay, oh my gosh, like my kids are getting a little dependent on this. I need to take a step back and help them kind of detox. How to help your kids do that. That has happened to me a couple of times. I've realized, okay, we have just been watching too much Netflix lately, having a little too much screen time. We don't have an iPad in the house, but they love watching things on Netflix. That's all I'm gonna say. And I mean, and I have a new baby. I need to stop calling her new baby because she's 9 months old now. It's been 9 months, and so we're at a better place now. But those first few months, it was hard to always, be able to entertain them and take them places and do things with them. It's hard with a baby, and it's hard being pregnant too. There's times where you have seasons of life where you do just need to let yourself use the screen to babysit a little bit more than other times. And I hate saying that. That sounds awful, but it's the truth. I'm sorry. There's times where you need that crutch. But like I said, we are coming to a really good place of just, we've kind of found our new normal with the baby. She's 9 months old now. We don't need to depend on Netflix very much. We don't need a lot of screen time. And right now, I feel like we're at a pretty good place, but I have definitely seen my kids go through phases of feeling like if we're at home, the screen needs to be on. And it's happened a couple of times that I've realized, okay, we've gotten back there again. We got to pull back. We got to detox from the screen. They have to understand that no, it's totally normal to be in the house at home and the screen to not be on. We do go a lot of places. We do a lot of things. And so that's why a lot of times, I don't mind them having some screen time every day. And if we've been out all day and we come home and it's the afternoon and, it's just, it would be a good time to watch a movie so mommy can get some stuff done. I understand how they could get to the point of thinking when you're at home, the screen is on, because that's sometimes just kind of how it works out. But when I've realized that my kids have gotten to that point again where they feel like if we're at home, the screen needs to be on, I always try to dial it back. And so I wanted to just share some, tips about how I've done that, and how if you're looking for ideas and wondering how am I going to help my kids detox and unplug, here's what I've done and what I do. So you definitely want to try to approach this at a time that you are going to be available to your kids. You want to, there's a mark on the wall. I live with 3-year-old twins. I got to get used to marks on the wall, but every time I see another mark, I'm just like, another one. So you definitely want to approach it at a time that you are going to be able to be hands-on. If you're not going to be able to be hands-on with them and help them detox and help them do things, it may not go very well. It might not be a pleasant experience. But if you are available and are going to be able to do some stuff with them, it could be really easy. It does not have to be a traumatic thing. So, and having said that, I should also say I do think it's important for kids to have unstructured play. That will come. Like that's a totally separate issue that you can work on. Approach that a different time, not while you're trying to unplug. So while you're trying to unplug and detox, understand this isn't about teaching them unstructured play. Approach that separately. While you're trying to teach them to detox from the screen, you be there. You structure things, you interact with them, you be hands-on. So do it at a time when you are available. So I'm not going to tell you that you have to have like your day planned out, like, go from this activity to the next, and you need to already know exactly what you're going to do all day long, and, have the day completely, scheduled and allotted. No, I mean, who lives like that? Well, I'm sure some people do live like that, but I don't live like that. I need my spontaneity. But I definitely have to go into those when I know it's going to be a couple days of screen detox, and we are going to leave the TV off and not have screen time for a couple of days. I know it's going to be rough, but it's going to be good. And I have to go into it knowing that I am going to interact with them the whole time. So even if I don't have the day completely planned out and I don't have everything scheduled and I don't have activities lined up, what I'll do is I'll still go into their room and just start playing with their toys. And you do feel like it may feel a little awkward, like you do feel like you're pretending to be 5. That's okay. That's kind of the point. Go in there and pretend to be 5. Go in there and like I literally have gone in, just laid down on my tummy in the middle of their floor, picked up action figures, and just started making the action figures talk to each other. So what's going to happen is and it may not happen right immediately. It may not happen right immediately. But within a few minutes, probably, if your kids are like mine, within a few minutes, they're going to come in and they're just going to watch and they're going to be like, what is mommy doing? That seems like fun. And what you're doing, you really are teaching them to play. And that sounds kind of weird because it's like, do kids really need to be taught how to play? Doesn't it just come naturally to kids? Yes and no. Like, of course it comes naturally to a child to play. But at the same time, there's elements of play that they have to learn. And that's why you see, like, studies show that it's so great for younger kids to have older siblings, because those older siblings are teaching them how to play. But if you if it's you and your oldest child, or if their older sibling is a lot older, if there's a big age gap, whatever the reason might be, you might have to be the big sibling. You might have to teach them how to play. Let them watch you play. And so go get on their floor and just start playing with their toys, and don't let it be all puzzles. Puzzles are a great go-to. I love puzzles, and it's great for critical thinking, and it's great for brain development and all of that. But I think a lot of times parents can be a little bit too much, well, I don't know how to play. It's been so long since I was a kid, I don't remember how to do this. So let's just do a puzzle and just like build towers out of blocks. Those are great things to do, but I want you to go get on the floor and imagine with your child. I want you to make action figures talk to each other. I want you to make Beanie Babies talk to each other. One of the things that I've done with my boys, and all I had to do was do it once, and after that, it's like one of their favorite things to do, and now they do it on their own. They just had to kind of be taught. They had to be introduced to the idea. They have during the school year, they have a weekly music class that they go to. And they have certain songs that get repeated. They sing them each time so that they learn the song. They have different activities that they do. And so one of the things that we like to do here at home when I'm trying to encourage imaginative play is I will get out their Beanie Babies. Beanie Babies are one of my all-time favorite toys for both genders. I love Beanie Babies. They're just great. They're just great. I get out all of their Beanie Babies and we set them up in their room, and they do a music class with their Beanie Babies, and they are the teachers, and they do all the little activities that they do during the week. They do it at their music class. They do those things with their Beanie Babies. So they will get down there and they'll line their Beanie Babies up in a circle. They'll make them jump up and down. They'll sing songs with them. Just things like that. That's just one of their things that they do, is they do Beanie Baby music class. Sometimes we'll take blocks and build a little house for their little action figures, their Playmobil, and their little like Han Solos and little Dories and Nemos and things like that. We'll build houses, and then I think it's really important to help your kids, to teach them how to build a pretend world, build a little world, but don't just stop at the building. Like if you're going to play with blocks, don't just build a tower and be done. Build a little world, but then give them little, something. Like, it doesn't have to be little people, like just little animals. Again, one of the reasons I love Beanie Babies so much. Give them something to inhabit the world. So something that they can use to recreate a family or recreate friends. When they are playing with toy relationships, they are learning about relationships. They are confirming what they know about relationships. It's, even though they're just playing and it seems kind of pointless and stupid, it's not pointless and stupid. They are learning about, and again, like I said, confirming what they know. It's being just confirmed, is things about relationships. So don't just build the tower. Build a little world, build a little house, and then inhabit it. Then get out little animals, get out little action figures, get out Beanie Babies, whatever it might be, stuffed animal, I don't care. Get out something and inhabit that world and make the characters interact with one another. So even if that just means you get down there and you have the action figures and you make a little family, and the mommy says, I'm going to the store, kids. Would anybody like me to get anything? And one of them might say, oh, make sure you get peanut butter. Oh, make sure you get gummy bears. Just get down there and just start making some dialogue, and I promise you, your kids are going to love it. They're gonna just be like, Mommy is playing with us. She's not just playing, she's imagining with us, and this is the best thing of all time. So that's one idea. And I know this sounds weird, but like, you can do that for hours. And like I said, you have to do that. You have to approach this on a day that you don't have other commitments, a day that you can be available to your child. The kinds of things that you want them to be doing on their own for hours, such as independent imaginary play, first you have to do it with them for hours. And they will get the hang of it, and they'll learn to do it themselves, and it will become an independent thing. And they will have a blast without screen time. So you don't have to do that for hours. I mean, I've never sat there and done that for 2 hours straight, but my point is you can do that for a while. So another idea is, maybe after you've done that for a while, you want to clean up, you want to do something else. I mean, I don't know what toys you have in your house. Just play with them with the toys that they have, the toys that you have in your house. Obviously, you can go outside, you can do stuff, you could go somewhere. But another idea is to let them cook with you. Yes, it's going to take a lot longer. Yes, there's going to be like eggshells that you have to dig out of the bowl. You know that's going to happen. Just go into it knowing that's going to happen, and just that's going to happen. Another idea, something I love doing with my kids, and my kids love it, is once I've collected some old magazines, and you can, if this is a project you want to do, you can ask people, hey, when you're done with your magazines, send them my way. And you have some magazines to cut up. You get a piece of scrapbook paper, cut it to whatever size you want it to be, and pick a topic. So like I had my mom gave me a bunch of Better Homes and Gardens, and so I did food as a topic, and we went through and cut out pictures of food, and I just asked them, show me some food that you would like in your, we call it a lookbook. Show me some food that you want in your lookbook, and we'd go through the pages and we'd flip through, and I'd cut out pictures for them. Oh, I want the pretzels. Oh, I want the popsicles. And we'd just cut them out and tape them onto their scrapbook pages. I have a laminator, and I highly encourage every stay-at-home mom to get a laminator. It's one of my favorite products to have in a house. It's useful for so many things. So once they fill up a page and they have essentially scrapbooked a page full of food, I'll just write, Joshua's food or William's food and put the date on it, and I'll laminate it, punch a hole in the top, and I put them all together on a ring. And so we do this with different topics. So we have like a plants page, we have like plants and flowers, we have, right now we're doing the seasons. So yesterday we made some lookbook pages about autumn, and we just went through and cut out of the magazines. We cut out like pumpkins and pies and mittens and leaves and fireplaces and just all kinds of, things. So we started with autumn. We'll do the 3 other seasons at some point. So just, whatever kind of magazines you have available to you, pick topics, get them some scrapbook paper. It doesn't even have to be scrapbook paper. Pick some topics, get some paper, have them tape down, their pictures on this paper, laminate it, and it's going to be a really cool book that you can show them later on in their life. You can show them. In fact, you know what? I think I'm going to show it to you. So some other ideas. Obviously, like I already mentioned, cooking, but it doesn't have to be just cooking. Come on, open door. There we go. Let them help you with housework. And I mean, like I said, yeah, again, you're probably going to have to redo some of it. But my boys will help me fold laundry. They'll help me. Now, they don't always sit there and do it for a good long period of time. We don't usually fold laundry for very long. But it's just something that we can do. Here, I did want to show you these lookbooks. So this one is Joshua's food. There we go. And that the laminator, I don't know what happened there, but so yeah, you just kind of let them, you can let them draw on the pages if you want to, just kind of write on it. Here's his plants. Laminate. I just love laminating. That was a really weird thing to say. Yeah, I think everybody should get a laminator. Anyway, yeah, those are kind of my ideas right now. If I think of any more, I'll put them on my Instagram. But my point is that if you are wanting to help your kids unplug and detox, be available for them. Have some ideas. Again, you don't have to have everything planned out. You can just kind of go with it, spur of the moment, like, oh, let's do this for a while. Oh, let's do this for a while. And see how long it takes you. Like, see how long it goes. And just tell yourself that you are going to be available to your children. You're going to be hands-on all day, and you're going to do this with them because it's hard. It's hard to, I mean, it's hard enough for us adults. Like if we're trying to like detox from our phones or something, we know that it's hard for us. It's hard for a child. It's hard for a 3-year-old, 4-year-old, 5-year-old. Like it's hard for a kid to do that. So don't just expect them. Don't just tell them, you know, okay, I have allowed you to get accustomed to being plugged in, being on the phone, being on the iPad, being on the screen, you know, watching Netflix, and I've allowed you to get accustomed to doing this, and now I'm going to take it away from you but not help you figure out how to acclimate without it. You know, like you're the parent, you need to help them acclimate without it. But it's really not going to be that hard if you just block out the time and set aside the time and know that, you know, for these couple of days, I am going to be super hands-on, and that doesn't mean that it's going to get them dependent on you. The unstructured free play will come. Like don't worry about that. It will come. But for right now, you just be their structure, and you be their ideas, and you be their imagination, and they'll learn to do it on their own. So, best of luck to you. I hope that it goes really well. Like I said, I'm sure after I am done with after I turn this camera off, I'm going to have a bunch of other ideas. If I have any other ideas, I'll put them on my Instagram. So be sure to follow me on Instagram. My Instagram handle is xoxoh.her. And follow me there, and I'll put my other ideas there. And I hope that you guys are very successful with this. You can do it. It's not going to be that hard. It's not going to be as hard as you think. You can help your child have an unplugged childhood, and you're going to be better off, and your child is going to be better off. So good luck, and like my channel and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.